Hello, hello, hello. Welcome, welcome. Here we are. Oh, that was such a hard transition of music on my part. Alas, alack, here we are. Welcome. It's Tuesday. It's an every other Tuesday, and today is the other Tuesday, and here we are for another episode of Brindlewood May. How is everybody? We're glad to see you. My name is Claire. If you're here, you probably know that already, but I'm happy to see you nevertheless. Brindlewood May is both a cozy tabletop role-playing game mini campaign of Brindlewood Bay, which is kickstarting this month. If you see us play the game and enjoy it, you can back it over on Kickstarter. It's by Jason Cordova, and it's super fun, and they already have basically two entirely separate but incredible like companion games, or like an update to it, which is Nephews in Peril. And they have a cookbook option in the Kickstarter that are like inspired recipes from Brindlewood Bay. So I'm very excited about that. Additionally, we are using our Brindlewood May campaign as an opportunity to raise funds for abortion funds, both near you and more specifically through the Tiltify campaign for Our Justice, which is an organization out of Minnesota that does reproductive justice work and abortion funds throughout the Midwest. However, if you're like, but Claire, I have a local abortion fund I care about, that works too. Just send us a screenshot, blur out your personal information, and you can be eligible for any of the super fun rewards that are on the table that include a arts and crafts style hand typewriter thank you card from me. Every $10 you donate gets you entered into a raffle to win an original song inspired by you by Corson. There are group poll things that you can contribute towards. One of the things being what TED Talk topic Claire will do. Additionally, if you have something in mind and you don't want to donate it towards the poll, if you just want to hear us talk about something, you can donate $40 and we'll talk about whatever you want in an improv thing. We retain veto rights, and the cast extra retains veto rights because I volunteered them for this. So so if you choose something for me, it'll be less likely to get vetoed. But if we hit $500, you get to watch that TED Talk symposium happen live on screen in front of you. I think those are all of my kind of housekeeping notes. Next week we'll be continuing to play, oh my god, Fire Emblem. I almost said Firestone, like the tires.
Let me play Fire Emblem with you.
Yes, please, absolutely.
It's urgent.
So we're gonna have Corson and get some guests in to talk me through my like frantic playing of Fire Emblem. With the dating sim. I'm playing it dating sim style. I don't know about you guys, but it's a great time. Also, for those of you who like scary games, Dead by Daylight has a dating sim coming out this summer, which is insane.
On you, I'm horrified.
I'm
just horrified.
I'm terrified.
It's awful.
But
I can't lie.
Here it is, I retweeted it, Sporty, so you can check out that retweet. Dead by Daylight dating sim, hooked on you, as Corson said. But yeah, so if we hit $500, or hopefully when we hit $500, we will organize that stream. The other streams that we have this month, 2 special streams that were rewards for my birthday. We have the cooking stream is going to be Friday night, which is going to feature not only me, but my cousin, who is both a professional chef and restaurant manager and has managed very large restaurants in the city of Chicago and in Nashville. And he's going to come make fun of me while we try to bake pizza together. So he's going to teach me how to cook pizza. And I assume I will probably cry. I don't know, but that'll be Friday night. So come through and hang out for that. And then toward the end of May, on a date that I'm now forgetting, but I think it's like a Thursday, Joyce and I are finally going to do the long-awaited I teach Joyce how to hula hoop stream because she hates hula hoopers. So I figured it would be a good month to do these reward streams while we're also trying to raise some funds for a very worthy series of causes. So that's officially all of my announcements. Danny.
Hi, I'm Danny.
Away.
Fantastic. So, everyone, we are playing Brindlewood Bay. It is a as Claire said, it's this cozy mystery a la Murder, She Wrote. But there is a dark secret behind it that our mavens don't quite know about, and mostly just I do. So we're coming back now from commercial break. We got all of our, our Pepsodent ads and our, um, things like that. But so last time, the first part of tonight's episode had our mavens just trying to take a morning stroll, but it quickly became a morning stroll of murder. As the bead shop owner, Misty, found the corpse of local bait shop owner Brian Spencer. He found that he had fallen from a great height. After calling Sheriff Gregory Milkent, he dispatched a Deputy Bailey. Yeah, Greg. But I'll say Gregory Milkent on his name tag. He dispatched Deputy Bailey and Bill Perch, the local social worker, to the scene. And our mavens investigated. They came across several suspicious individuals who knows, maybe are returning to the scene of the crime, maybe are just hanging out. It's morning, people go for runs and walks. But nevertheless, people came running. You saw Clive Smith, the gym teacher, who often argued with Brian Spencer about his health. Ellie Klossman, a local busybody who seemed uncomfortable talking about her relationship with Brian. Doug Barrett, a former employee of Brian's, a standard teen. A mysterious hiker named Rob, and Kale, a stressed out dog walker. Now, we'll come back. Most of our mavens were down at the bottom, next to the body, at the bottom of this cliff / waterfall in the park known as Verdant Point, which is on the north side of Brindlewood Bay. But one of our mavens, Phyl, found herself hiking through the woods with Rob. I think before we go back to the majority of our group, I'm really curious to see what Phyl is up to. So, Phyl, you're hiking along with Rob. What are you doing?
I think I'm trying to get dish on his life. And just I'm embodying Molly right now. I'm trying to be a little bit of a nosy Nelly. Busybody, but just asking kind of you married? How long you moved here? How long you lived here?
Oh yeah, I'm not married. I've lived here. I've lived around here most of my life. I don't live in the town proper. I have a cabin.
Yeah, where's your cabin?
Oh, about 2 clicks north west of here.
You ever ride motorcycles?
No, but I do have an ATV.
Oh, is it kitted out?
I mean, what do you think?
Oh yeah. You straight?
Most of the time. Aren't we all?
I love this man. Oh my god. Bye. LOL. Yeah, I think I'm just kind of trying to keep pace with him. I imagine he's also slowing down a little bit, I think you said, to try and keep pace with me. Yes. So we're kind of in a battle of the step count.
Yeah, and he definitely never asks you any questions. He just answers, but he does answer immediately every question you seem to ask him.
Yeah,
you remember Rob was telling you that he hikes the woods and he picks up trash, and that's most of his deal, at least that he's told you so far.
Earthen King. Yeah, are we making progress up toward the top of the cliff?
You are. You can see that you're quickly reaching the top of this cliff. You can hear the running water because there is a waterfall nearby, and that is pretty loud. It does fall a good, it's a good 40-foot, 50-foot waterfall. So it is quite noisy, and it's not like a thin stream. It's pretty wide, but it's pretty shallow. So it's not like a ton of water, but
I'd imagine then like at least half our conversation is me going, "What'd you say? Speak up. You think I can hear you when you talk like that?"
Yeah, he goes, I would turn to face you, but hiking backwards is dangerous.
So they tell me. What's life without a little danger, though, you know?
Well, yes, the woods are a dangerous place in general.
To pee again. I
Oh,
go take 3 steps off the thing and pull my pants down again.
He waits. He does wait for you. Even though you told him he could hike on without you. He waits.
Once you have a child, it all goes to hell down there.
You can tell he steps when you say that he walks a couple more feet away from you and doesn't respond. Pretends like he did.
You have any children?
Nope.
I pull up my pants and I go meet him.
And you guys walk together to the top of this cliff. There is, it is like muddy shores with rock, like a rocky river, big, pond stones stick out of the mud. It looks like the river is sometimes when it rains a lot gets wider, and so the area is pretty slick. But he walks up to it and he kind of looks out over the edge, but like still like 10 feet back, because it's safe. There's no like there's no like guardrail or anything.
You're kind of big into safety, aren't you?
Well, I seen a lot of things go wrong here in the forest. Wilderness survival is no joke.
Did you see anything go wrong the other night? Maybe like last night?
I'm gonna have you roll me a medal. A meddling move.
All right.
So you can add one of your skills.
All right. What skill do we think it'll be? Presence?
Probably presence, yeah.
It's like an intimidation check, kind of, maybe?
Kinda.
Oh, I rolled like shit. That's a 5.
5. He turns around, looks at you very sternly, and he says, hiking up here at night would be extremely dangerous. I mean, only someone who knows these trails really well would do that. And, I sometimes will patrol at night, but not last night.
Okay.
He seems a little less trusting of you in this moment.
Does he seem like he's lying?
He patrols?
Yeah, that's what he said. He patrols. He doesn't. It's hard to tell. He's very straight faced all the time. He has like a really strong chin, right? So it doesn't like
kind of a cyber chase villain chin.
Kinda. But so he doesn't. If he doesn't smile, his face is just a square, just a block.
Hell yeah.
So it's hard to read him. But he he does that and he looks around and he's like, not again. And goes near the edge of the river and he pulls like a little trowel out of his backpack and starts like messing with the dirt.
What are you doing?
People keep coming up here and digging holes. It's ruining the natural look. These aren't like animal holes. These are definitely done by a shovel. And
what do they want? This whole waterfall to erode?
And you look now and you can see there are like kind of holes. It's like muddy, so they fill in. But there are like a bunch of probably like 50 small holes.
50 small holes.
Yeah, all along.
I'm gonna grab my trowel out of my pocket and start digging with him.
Are you trying to fill the holes or dig up the holes?
Clear the. If there's anything that's buried there, I'd like to find it, but I'll put the dirt back, of course. And maybe I'll even put some sort of like little root project. I do worry about erosion.
I'm going to have you once again roll a meddling move, and if this one goes poorly, it'll be much a bigger problem than the first one.
Okay. Also a 5.
No.
Oh wait, what stat is it? It's a 4 on the die.
I will. Well, what set do you think Phyl would use in this situation? You're digging up holes. You're looking around. You're investigating. It could be reason is mostly what you use to investigate. Could be something else.
I think reason makes sense. That's also a 1, so it's a 5.
All right. As you're digging holes, you like dig up like you start digging holes basically the wrong way, according to Rob. He goes,
Oh
no,
my
no,
God.
no. You're just digging more holes. Trust me, you got to more push the dirt over. You're not. I'm sorry. I guess I really thought you were with the poles, like experienced hiker, but you must not come around here very often.
You're not gonna try and teach an old dog new tricks? Come on, show me how. Kind of rude.
He says he does push dirt away, but kind of like, no, I'll do all of it.
I'd like to hover as he does it.
Great. Yeah, you hover along as he does it. As this is happening, as you're looking and looking at these weird holes, I'm going to cut back to the rest of our Mavens. You 3 are down here with Deputy Bailey and Bill Perch, as well. Ellie Klossman and Clive have left, as well as Misty kind of is walking along the beach, just kind of going in a direction. Around you still have Doug, you still have Deputy and Bill, and yeah, Kale is still around trying to take a break from all these dogs while Bea holds a couple back for her. What are you guys up to? What are you trying to do?
Which one was the teen?
Doug.
And then who? I'm sorry. Can you remind me, Clive and Ellie?
Yeah, Clive is the gym teacher, with the who's going for a run, and Ellie is like the busybody, gossip.
Okay, thank you. I lost my notes from last session. Okay.
Yes, as I see from the chat, yes, one of the clues was Doug has 2 floats on his keys. 2 sets of keys, really, that are clipped together, it looks like.
Gotcha. And he used to work for old dead Brian.
Yes, he did.
Okay, well, if we're still in the park, right?
Yeah.
And it seems like, while everyone's kind of talking with people in the neighborhood, can I do a little check? Can I do a little look over the police line at the body situation? I realized I used to be a nurse. I'd completely forgot about if there's anything significant about that.
Yeah, no, definitely. Yeah, you can. Yeah, give me. I guess this would be a medal.
Yeah, I think Molly does the thing where she's trying to make small talk with people while she's getting close, because she does that old lady. Oh, well, how's your day? You're all working too hard.
Definitely.
5. How many is it? 2d6?
2d6, yep.
What am I adding to it?
Probably reason. That's usually a
5.
Investigating. A 5. 5. Wow.
Oh wait, but with my medical bag.
Yes. Yeah, you can
So-
add a Maven move to this.
Yeah, I am using the R. Quincy Maven move because I have a medical background. So I am using it to get advantage on a roll, and I leave it unmarked then because it's my Maven move.
Great. Yeah, then you get to roll another d6, and you take
11. Oh wait, I just roll 1d6 and take a different.
Yeah, you
number?
roll.
I'm so sorry.
You just roll 1d6,
I'll
and
do
then
it
you
right.
drop the lowest.
7.
7 total. Great. You find a clue.
Oh my god, you guys.
As you are looking over, trying to look over where Deputy Bailey is, You can hear her talking on on her radio. It seems like she is calling the really medical services, just someone to take Brian away. And you see, actually, a little bit off into the forest, it seems that no one has seen yet. There appears to be a shovel sticking in the ground.
I take a picture
A picture.
really subtly.
Right.
Like, oh, it's all just so exciting.
Yeah, I'll say with a 7 too. As you take that photo, Deputy Bailey sees you do this. She turns and goes, no photos here, no photos here.
Oh, sweetie, you're still new to town, though. I was just getting excited for some of your first few cases. Smile.
She tries to cover her face, and she goes, This is not a place. This is not a place to take photos. We do not need paparazzi here. In fact,
I really wouldn't describe it as being a paparazzi. I'm gonna make you a very nice card.
I don't.
You know what? I can tell you're very stressed. Why don't we get out of your way? Bea, how are the dogs?
Oh, they're just so adorable. Woof, woof.
Smile.
Woof, woof. I'm pouring a water bottle into one of the dog's mouths.
Yeah, Bill does kind of walk over near you guys. Bill Perch, the social worker, and it's like, all right, yeah, you guys should probably disperse. They're gonna be moving the body soon, and we don't need you don't need to see that. No one needs to see that.
Of course.
Great. Is there anything else you want to do before we cut back to Phyl?
I in that old lady way, I do get out my jitterbug phone with the giant letters and text shovel by Brian, and that's it, with no context to Phyl, so that she knows what happened while we wander away.
Great.
Do I know the Parker family?
The Parker.
The Kale Parker family?
Yes. I will say
Is
you
that her
would
name, Kale Parker? Did I make that up?
Her name is it's
Kale
Kale
Parker.
Parker. You're right. I just
hell
Nailed
yeah.
it. Absolutely nailed it.
Yes, I would say you know the family for sure. They've been around. They probably actually live in near your neighborhood. Probably next neighborhood, next street or two over.
Okay, and you said that Kale's home from college, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Just really quick before we leave, I must because I've been entertaining the dogs over here, so I've been sitting with Kale, and Kale, darling, you and your family, your parents, you must come over for dinner one night. I'd love to hear all the hot gossip, as I hear they're saying from the college town. You must catch me up. Keeps me young.
Oh yeah, we could. I'll pass it on to my parents. We'll see. Yeah, I mean, yeah, I'm sure they would like that. They don't really get out enough, I think. I mean, they're usually like, I want to go out, and they're like, you go out all the time. I'm like, well, I'm 22.
Yes, we must go out. If we cease going out, we start growing old. That's what I've always said. And look how tall I am. Kale, if there's anything ever that you need to, vent out, I've had a daughter. She's a little bit older than you. I don't know if you remember her, but I'm always here. If there's ever anything bothering you, just know I'm here, and I just wanted to let you know that I've always seen a little bit of myself in you, leaving the little town, going to the big city. I don't know what city she's in. I'm calling it the big city.
She goes to BU, Boston
Oh,
University. But I would love. Yeah, I think this is you're trying to find out any like information about this from Kale. This is also gonna be a medal.
Yeah, I'm trying to make her trust me here. I'm trying to, illustrate the likenesses between us so that she maybe,
Fantastic.
lets her guard down. She's out and about with the youth all the time. Who knows what meddling is going on their end. All right, meddling move. I think, is it okay if I use presents for this?
That's what I would say is probably the right thing. Yeah.
I'm not really using
Bea
logic.
is all presents.
Bea's just all no other skills. Negative other skills. Okay, first die. Second. Are you fucking kidding me? I got a 5.
So many fives.
All across the board, 5.
So many fives.
I rolled a 1 and a 3 on these dice.
Snake eyes.
Here's another miss.
Cursed.
So you're asking her this. She goes, oh, I mean, I'm okay. I'm just trying to make money. It's, I have 2 jobs, so it's like I work a lot, but it's fine. I'm good. I don't know. How have you been?
I've been great. I'm recently a grandmother.
Oh, congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you. Now, where do you work again? Remind me.
Oh, I mean, my one of the jobs is I walk all these dogs.
Oh, yes.
I
I talk to them.
in dog language. Well, I also work at the cafe.
Oh, okay. By any chance, was Brian ever known to stop in the cafe?
I think he gets his coffee there sometimes. He really is more of a soda guy.
Oh, okay. That's fair. I'm more of a tea woman sometimes. I'm on a coffee kick lately, though.
Oh, well. I need the coffee. You now notice that she's got like a little bag with her and it's got just a huge empty thermos in it.
Respect it. All right. Well,
great.
I won't keep you any longer. Just, as I said, my door's always open.
Fantastic. Great. Then anything else from our ground floor mavens before we get to our,
Ground floor.
Before we see what Phil's up to.
I don't think Molly thinks anyone can get away with getting near to that shovel, which is why she took a photo, just to say aloud to the viewers at home. But I think,
I think Phil's about to get pushed off this cliff.
Oh my god.
No.
Sorry, that's not very cozy.
Somebody got pushed off this cliff already, it would seem.
Right. Great. Then we will see if Phyl gets pushed off a cliff. I'm kidding. So you're up here digging with this man. I'm gonna let you. He finishes kind of burying these holes, and he's like, I can't figure out what they're doing. I can't figure out what they're doing up here. I can't. I've been around. Seems like they always dig at night. So I've looked a couple times, but it's just like, why would somebody be digging a bunch of holes by the water?
Why would someone be digging a bunch of holes by the water? You think they're trying to poison the water supply?
Well, this water goes into the ocean, so...
For the fish? The fish's water supply?
Maybe.
Scrap that. Maybe they're burying a trinket?
A lot of trinkets. Well, if they are, somebody will have to take a metal detector out here or something. Because I don't want people just digging willy-nilly. That's not, that ruins everything. It'll erode
Might they
the
be
whole
digging
house.
something up? Instead of burying something?
Maybe, I mean, possibly. All right, well,
Did you know somebody died downstairs? I
What?
mean...
Downstairs.
Down, you know what I mean. Down below at the bottom of this fall.
No, I had no idea. Oh, who died?
You know Brian, the fish guy?
Brian. Wait, did he die?
The bait king?
I wouldn't call him a king of anything, but
The bait prince?
Boy.
huh.
You wouldn't call him the king of anything. Interesting. Anyway. Yeah, he croaked it down at the bottom of this waterfall.
Wow, well, guess that's too bad.
You sad about it?
Is it bad? Is it wrong if I say not really?
No. I'm not
Uh,
here to judge.
He's always, that's the guy who's always looking to make cheap. So he was always going out here and trying to collect bugs and things for bait rather than just trying to buy it or farm it himself.
Might he
Maybe
have been collecting mole crickets
Maybe.
along the water line, digging
They
a
are in
bunch of
season.
small holes?
Possibly. I've caught him a couple times just like breaking dead trees and things down, just like tearing them apart for grubs and things. I don't know. It ruins. It's like that didn't happen. We gotta keep nature natural. You know what I'm saying?
Keep nature natural. As my jacket says, 12 steps ahead of God.
I'm gonna escort you back down the mountain if that's all right.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, there's not like I said last time, there's not like a vibe check in this game, but he thinks you're weird.
Oh, I am weird. I definitely fully am weird. So he's spot on.
He's a pretty weird guy too, but he thinks you're weird. So.
I think we're trying to out weird each other right now, and it's one of my favorite things that's happened. So,
She's peed in front of him twice.
and a third time on the way down, definitely. This bladder's the size of a tiny walnut.
You head down and you run into the rest of your mavens. It kind of walks you down a path to the other side. You have to like walk across the river, but you get down the other side and find your mavens kind of probably nearish the parking lot.
Time for book club?
Yeah, in it'll be a couple hours of book clubs this afternoon, but we will smash cut to there if there's anything else we want to do. Fantastic. So, you go your separate ways for a little while. You have your lunches. You have your you have whatever you do in the middle of the day. Book club is at 3 p.m. At Brindlewood Books.
We might go to lunch together.
No, I'm having
can.
a tuna fish crostini I wrapped up.
I was about to ask. So,
I show it to Bea. I'm really proud of the recipe.
Oh wow! Can I try a bite?
Sure.
What's a crostini?
It's like a piece of toast.
That's nifty.
But it's
Yep.
gotten soggy from being in a plastic wrap in my backpack.
It's very fishy. But I was about to ask, yes, what do you do during your little break before book club? Since you were talking about eating your crostini, is there anything else Phyl does during this? We'll keep rolling with Phyl.
I think Phyl volunteers at the bookstore or at the, I don't know if it's a bookstore or library, I don't remember, but to help with their landscaping. So I think she goes early to the bookstore after the crostini fest to get a little mulching done.
Fantastic. Yeah, it's a bookstore. And it is it's not like, it's pretty big. It was that at one point it was like a motel that they have turned into a bookstore. But
that's kind of cool.
yeah. Well then,
Lots
as
of landscaping opportunities then.
yes, there's a lot of that. It was very sparse before you arrived, and is getting much nicer.
I think I use it as an excuse to practice my, like, what's it called when you, like, trim hedges into shapes and stuff?
I think
'Cause,
it's just
like, what?
I think it's topiary carving. I don't know if
Yes,
it's got a
topiary
special name.
carving. Because I don't, like, my garden at home is, like, the opposite style, so I would never do that in my garden at home. So I'm using this as, like, an opportunity to do, like, hedges and like, more manicured kind of
Great.
projects.
It's very relaxing.
Yes.
Great. So Phyl beats everybody to Brindle books. But what does as she walks home for a little bit? What's Gerri up to in the middle of the day? What does she do most afternoons?
Okay, let's see. This is a good question. I feel like Gerri is doing maybe like a mid-afternoon reading, like tarot reading, kind of pulling some cards, kind of checking the vibe for the day. I think she doesn't like to do it in the morning just because, I don't know, mornings are like kind of boring. She's kind of like waiting till the world is awake and, so I think she's doing a little vibe check and also eating a little snack. And I think she likes to keep it simple. She just makes like a really nice PB&J, and has some veggies and, just sits in the park and is trying to connect to nature, feel out the vibes. Maybe she's playing some stuff, like some music, like some pop from like the 80s on her phone. And it's just, setting her intentions before going into Brindle books, That's what I
Yeah,
think Jerry's up to.
I would say as you're doing this kind of self-reading on this park bench, the wind blowing against you is kind of a windy morning. You recall a weird dream you had last night. The feeling of the wind and the salt on the breeze is what brings you back as you remember a dream about. It seems really odd, but you remember thinking you're in the ocean, but it's just hills of salt, almost like a desert, and you feel yourself searching for water. You're just drying up, but there is water. There's water somewhere, and so you start to digging through the salt, getting in your hair, in your eyes. It stings, but eventually you start to see a gurgle of this black liquid that starts to and starts pouring out of here. But you're at the bottom of this hole, and it starts to go up, and over you, and you're in darkness. And then you woke up. I'm not sure what it means. However your tarot reading went. Maybe that has something to do with what reading you got. But that's a dream you had the night before.
Okay.
For the viewers at home, Gerri has a special her like Maven move gives her weird dreams before every session.
Okay. I feel like Jerry's I feel like whew. Okay, yeah. I feel like today's tarot reading is a little, it's a little tense because that is like a freaky dream. And so I'm just going to make up a card because I didn't study my tarot before I joined today. So, let's say like we pull like a King of Swords or whatever. And I think this means that we're going to be doing like, I don't know, we're nearing an adversary. for sure. And it's going to come from, I think, a place that feels kind of obvious. Like, yeah, saltiness. I don't know. I feel like honestly, Jerry's like a little optimistic. Like, things are starting to come together. That's what I'm feeling. We're feeling optimistic despite the freaky dream. Yes.
Yeah. Incredible. Yeah, while Jerry reflects on that dream, what is Bea up to on this little before book club?
Oh well, I this is normally the time of day when I go to the different markets around town and get my ingredients, my fresh ingredients for whatever I need to make tonight, which I think I'm doing a ratatouille, a simple ratatouille today. So mostly I'll be stopping at the farmer's market if it's open, and if it's not, I have my preferred grocer, and I'm just gonna
They-
get a lot of veggies.
What is I'll say the farmers market is not open today. But
Okay.
what is Bea's favorite grocer like? What does it look like? Who works there?
Oh, it's a little corner store. It's very small. There's pretty much just like the house brand of everything, but I trust the house brand. They have a bakery, they have a deli section. They have all those fixings where you can get like your fresh meat, your fresh cheese. Like basically it's a grocery store but with like a little bit of that fresh artisan twist on it.
A grocery store that tries.
Yeah. Yeah.
Does this grocer have a name?
um I think it's called Old Henry's
Old Henry's, the family grocer. Incredible.
with an E at the end of old.
To make it fancy.
Oh, Old Henry's.
Ye old Henry's. Uh,
Yeah.
Perfect. Perfect. So Bea does some shopping to prepare for the fancy meal she's gonna make tonight. And what is Molly up to?
Molly, I think, takes a wander back home and has like she is gonna develop the photos that she took in the morning. So like before she wanders off, there's like we sort of see her. She is in a little dark room that she's like makeshift off of her cozy space, but you see her like reach onto a shelf and it has like oh my god, Nutter Butters. It has like these Nutter Butters, and so she's like developing film and eating just like Nutter Butters for her little lunch. and yeah, you see like she pulls up like first it's like all of them together in the morning, and there's like a picture that she like tried to take, but it's like poorly aimed of her and Phyl like when they walked arm in arm behind the team in the morning. And then there's like a beautiful picture of Gerri sitting on like a blanket in the grass doing her tarot reading, and there's a picture of Bea with the dog like pouring water into their mouth, and then there's like a really ominous photo of that shovel.
Just this dark shovel.
Yeah. I think there's like some really
Perfect.
ominous photos mixed in with like some really pure, beautiful images of her friends.
I imagine Molly has the same energy when she develops each photo, you know?
And like there's like as it's developed and she's like pulling it off of the thing, the like some Nutter Butters like fall onto the like shovel photo, and she's like, oh, and just brushes it off and like packs it all up to bring to book club.
Beautiful, beautiful. Great. That's so fun. So we're going to after we have a bit of cozy time to ourselves, we smash cut, scene change up on Brindle Books, the Brindlewood Bay's really only bookstore. A lot of the curio shops will sell a couple books, but this is a place just for books. I say just for books. They definitely also sell magazines. But as we go in, since Phyl, since you were here first, I said this just was like a motel at one point. What does Brindle Books look like?
Well, I definitely pictured a la the Rosebud Motel, kind of like a little bit run down. I think each of the rooms is like a different genre, perhaps, of books. And then the front desk area has been sort of repurposed into the lounge. And then there are a couple, you could call them conference rooms. That's perhaps a stretch. No one would have a conference here, but what you would have is a nice book club meeting.
Perfect. Yeah. So you beat the gang there. So everybody kind of comes in one at a time. So Phyl arrives first. You walk in. Probably the reason you really started with the landscaping is that they're actually a little short-handed around here lately. The person who runs it, her name is Cassidy Gray. She's got she's dark skin, frizzy black hair, little, always a little cute dress, but is always a little bit is always kind of looking a little stressed, a little wide-eyed. She's only 20 years old.
Whoa.
Her parents recently decided to retire. And during a lot of the year, they are until summer comes around, they are off in the Florida Keys, enjoying their little beach house down there. But the season will come back. Summer will come soon, and they'll come back. But for now, it's just her and her younger brother, whose name is Raymond. He helps her like stock shelves. He's like 14. But they are definitely siblings. But yeah, and you go past Cassidy. She goes, your room should be free. No one else is in here today, so I mean, well, there was people, but she says this over a stack of books that she's trying to organize.
There's no stress. We're an easygoing bunch. Anything I can do to help?
Oh, actually, yeah. These are all actually, these 3 are mystery books. Do you want to bring them into the room with you when you go?
Sure. Will do.
Yeah, you look. 2 of these are probably books that you have read already. There's 2 Gold Crown mystery books in here. As well as one just, A is for alibi or something along those lines.
Did these all just get checked out by the same person?
Well, they
returned, whatever.
Yeah, well, one of them is new, but the other, were returned by this lady. I don't really know her that well. What was her name? She yells, "Ray, what was the lady's name who returned the books?" And you see this little, scrawny kid with holding a couple books. I don't know, like Patty, I think.
Howdy.
Yeah, you don't recognize the name.
Interesting. Maybe not from around here. Was it an online order?
No, she came in and picked him up.
Oh.
Maybe she's like an early tourist or something. I don't know.
Maybe so. Well, yes, I will take these to the shelf and restock. Anything else?
Appreciate it. No, and we already made coffee, so.
Thank you. Thank you.
Great,
I will be sure to enjoy that.
Great. You head off to the murder mystery, or just the mystery in general. Basically, room. There's like a hallway in between. Normally there wouldn't have been a hallway because it's a motel, but like they put it in and they've opened it up from the inside. And and every room is a different section.
Do I know anything about these like Gold Crown mysteries that have been returned? Like, I mean, presumably I've read them, but like, is there anything in common or anything suspiciously aligned with what happened at the?
I'm gonna have you roll the metal. Roll me a meddling move.
With reason?
Yeah.
Ooh! 12.
12. What are these? What are these named? What are these books named?
What are they named?
Yeah, you could tell me what you think
Okay.
they're called.
What's the naming convention for these books?
It's just like it's like
Amanda
this title
Delacourt and the
and the blank something murder. Pretty much
Okay.
like these are named.
Okay. I'm gonna double down. Amanda Delacourt and The Hole in One. And then Amanda Delacourt and The Great Fall.
Oh.
I'm suspicious.
You are looking at these books and you're like, huh, these feel really, really locked in.
On the nose.
Yeah, and you flip through them, and you see, and actually in the Great Fall, a little paper falls out. A loose piece of paper falls out of it. You look at it. It seems old, like it is a little bit frayed at some of the edges, and it is like stained like a pirate map, basically, but without the burns and the slashes in it. And you flip it over, and it just says meet 12 swamp salt.
Meet 12 swamp salt.
And that is your first void clue.
Whoa. Okay, I don't know what that means, but we're gonna find out.
Um,
Meet 12 swamp salt on the back of an ancient-looking.
and it's like
paper.
written in like a nice calligraphy as well. In a pen.
Sorry, I'm just taking notes.
All
so
of
that I
us
don't forget.
frantically writing down exactly what he said.
Patty. And that was one of the ones that Patty returned, right?
Yes.
In nice calligraphy. Oops. Spelled that wrong. Okay. I don't know what a void clue is.
Void clues will help you solve the overall mystery, the more occult part of this. On a 12 plus on a meddling move, you get a clue, which the clue is the books.
Okay.
And you also get a void clue on top of it. And they'll help you solve the greater mystery.
And which was the book that was new? Was it the A is for Alibi one?
Yes. Which is a real book series that I've read.
Yeah.
My mom loves those.
My mom likes them too.
As I've got big mom energy. As Phyl goes into the bookstore, who do we think arrives second to book club?
Probably me.
Hi, Molly. You roll in. You see a similar Cassidy, and behind a counter, she appears to be doing some sort of math. She's got a calculator and a lot of receipts. Yeah, and you stroll in. What do you do?
Oh, hello, Cassie. Hi, Ray. How are you?
Oh, same as we usually are. The coffee's already on. Should be right as hot as you like it.
Oh, thank you, sweetie. Phyl! And she kind of just ambles back towards the room. She does that thing. She does that thing where you kind of like touch everything as you look at it, You know how some older women, the women in my family who are all nosy, just everything on the counter. As she's like stopping to say hello to Cassidy, she's like picking it up. She's like, "Oh, what's this? Okay, I hope you have a great day. We'll see you later, sweetie."
Incredible. Yeah, and you make your way back to book club. who do we think arrives last to book club? Bea or Gerri?
I think Gerri arrives last.
Gonna say I'm not like late running, but I run in like right on time.
Very
With a gust
European
of
of you.
wind behind me.
I think I think Bea rides in on her bicycle, and Gerri, you see her in the distance as you're walking down the sidewalk, making your way. And I'm gonna say you guys roll in kind of at a similar time, even though Bea does get there a little bit before you, and you can enter the bookstore together-ish. Is there anything you do before you go to your little club room?
I was like, how's your ride, Bea?
Oh, it was good. You know I love to stretch the legs. Have you reconsidered getting a bicycle yourself?
Oh, you know I'm clumsy. Not gonna try it, but you have fun. Keep rocking and rolling, girl.
You know I will. Woohoo!
I say, so Gerri, she sweeps him. I think she checks on her. She's got a few occult books on hold, and she's eager to see him. So, checking in. Hello, Cassidy. Are my books? Are they here yet?
Well, let me see. She flips through a 3-ring binder. You notice too, they don't have like computers in the shop. They have like a mechanical cash register and books and things. With her age, she definitely would be much more successful with a computer than, but it's just not something they have. So she flips through and she goes, "Oh, yeah, actually, we got one of them." She pulls one out. It just says it's like a herbalism, the body and the mind book, and she hands it to you. What is? I'm gonna ask you. What does the cover of a book of that look like?
I think it is a deep green, and it's like that cloth texture, and then it has like embossed like leaf prints that are like gold foil and like gold text on the cover, and it looks pretty old.
Rad. Yeah, it's you've been looking for this book for a while, and yeah, here it is. You still have good probably 5 other books on hold, but on pre-order, but they haven't come in yet. Mail is a little slow to Brindlewood Bay.
Awesome, thank you, Cassie. And quick tip, if you crush up some mint as recommended in this book and mix it up, we don't use petroleum like we used to, but mixed up, you can make yourself a real nice chapstick. Now I'm gonna go over to my book club, and yeah.
Chapstick. Oh, okay. Are my lips chapped? It's fine. And you guys can make your way over to book club. You guys all get into this room. We described kind of during our character creation. I believe we said it had like nice, big comfy chairs, a coffee that's always brewing with that's there all day and is always burnt. But
yep. A tree of mugs. This is the one thing I wrote down. There's a tree of mugs and burnt coffee, armchairs, vases for bouquets because Bea brings us fresh flowers.
Yes, I did.
Our giant signed poster.
Yes, by what's her name?
Robin Masterson.
By Robin Masterson. My brain just kept going Amanda Delacourt. I'm like, that is the character.
Award-winning author Robin Masterson.
Right there on the wall. And you guys all have a chance to kind of chat, talk about what happened this morning and what you're thinking about doing next.
That was quite a stunner.
Slam the shovel photo down.
What's
nothing.
that?
I took a photo.
Yeah, what is it?
There was a mysterious shovel. Did you see the shovel?
No.
Well,
Where?
look at the photo. It's just you can see kind of Brian's hand in the corner of the photo, but
You took a picture of a corpse?
Well, no, I didn't.
Good work.
Put my little reading glasses
yes,
on.
I did snap a photo of the corpse, but that I didn't. I mean, I did print it, but this isn't the photo we're looking at. We're looking at this photo right here. This shovel looks suspect, does it not? It's just sitting there upright, like someone was digging something.
Somebody was digging something at the top of the waterfall. Digging up little mole crickets or something.
He was digging up crickets?
I don't know. Rob, I made a friend. You know, that hunk who walked me down the mountain?
He seemed strange.
He was strange. I was strange too. Anyway.
Ooh la la.
There was kind of a situation on the top of the hill when I was trying to see what people had buried, and then he insisted on covering in all the holes. Which is fine. I mean, you don't want the whole mountain to just erode out by the waterfall. But anyway, then he said something kind of weird about Brian and kind of shifty. That Brian was stealing his grubs and insects to sell from the land itself. And then he said, keep nature natural. And then I said, 12 steps ahead of God. And then we kind of had a standoff.
Do you think Brian was digging up something valuable?
Like what?
I
Like
don't
crickets?
know. Are there endangered grubs?
I mean, yeah, presumably.
Well, maybe he was selling secret bait or something. You know what
Oh,
I think?
like a black market bait shop?
I think tonight, I think we should go on a little field trip. Bea, Misty. No, Misty said something to you, or was it to Gerri? Misty said something about his shop, right?
Misty did say it was unseemly next to hers. That's what I remember. There's a bit of animosity, but what does that have to do with digging?
Well, if he left the endangered worms or whatever that Rob was so mad about, maybe Rob pushed him off the mountain. Probably not.
Maybe. Well,
Maybe.
here's the other clue I found. Sorry, go ahead. Go ahead, Bea. Go ahead.
Oh, I was just gonna say maybe it's a case of two early birds going for the same worm.
Poetic.
Oh.
That's all I was gonna say. Just some food for thought. Maybe it's not even a matter of conservation. Maybe it's pure avarice. Americans are so greedy. Ugh, who am I kidding? I'm one.
I like to imagine that Bea like reached out and took a second like snack or whatever when she says that.
Yeah, I brought a bowl of cherry tomatoes. It's in a glass bowl of cherry tomatoes. It's in the middle of the table. I overbought.
Well,
This is the snack?
This
Where are
is
the
one of
ho-hos?
the
I
snacks.
pull out something, hostess. My question is if he had the shovel, if a shovel falls from the top of the mountain, it's not going to land straight up, right? So why was that shovel stuck into the ground?
Well, that shovel, if it was used on top of the hill or on top of the mountain to dig, and then if it was used, say, to push one Brian off the cliff, it could either have been thrown down and then moved, or brought down and placed there to look more intentional. To be like, oh, this isn't associated with the dead body nearby, it's standing up so upright.
Or if they were thinking of burying him and they were caught. If someone
Oh.
That was
early
kind of
on
what
the
I was
run,
thinking.
And Misty walked by.
and Clive, he was out running early, right?
Oh, and Clive.
So
Here's the
maybe-
other mysterious thing I found is this little piece of paper. that says meat 12 swamp salt. But it kind of looks like it was written by God. And then it was in this book that got returned by someone named Patty. Anybody know somebody named Patty?
Do we?
Yeah, do
You
I know?
think about it, and no one immediately comes to mind. You've probably maybe someone a long time ago, but no one recently or that they know is named Patty.
Wait. Isn't that my sister's name?
It might be, but it's not related.
Oh, okay. Or no, wait, she goes by Pat. Sorry, Pat.
That's
Isn't
right.
that
I remember
my
now. I
sister's
totally
name?
forgot
It's
that her name was Patty.
I forgot.
Oh,
She's
age.
still in Ohio.
The age gets to you sometimes.
That it does. You can say that again.
Oh, well, and then the other piece of this that I'm still wondering about a bit is Doug's double boat keys. But, he could just be an angry teen. Maybe he stole a boat out of revenge, or someone slipped him keys to do something. Maybe he's delivering endangered grubs, but it doesn't seem like he's working for Brian anymore. And yet he
The
still
boat
has
keys
keys.
the same, or two like was it like he stole rental keys from like a boat rental where they're like the same set of keys like stuck together, or is it like two different boats?
It seems like he had like one full set of keys, and then clipped to it was another set of keys.
But like that matches
Did
the
the
boat key
keychains
that
were
he
the
had?
floaters the same or different?
I'll say, yeah, I think they were different colors. Maybe one is orange, one is yellow, or
Okay. And they
same
don't have any
shape, or almost
identifying information on them, like a phone number or anything.
didn't appear so.
Okay.
Would you say
I'm
that
lost
we're
on that one.
Theorizing? Maybe you're they in the
I don't
updated
think we're
rules
ready to
they gave you a like there's like a do a pre-theorize
Gotcha.
kind
Okay.
of
Okay.
there's a download on what everyone's thinking.
Okay, great.
Um
I'm just
but
trying to figure out where we are in the arc.
no, I think we're gonna go to the bait shop first before we theorize, maybe. So if we've discussed all of our clues, we'll have book club and smash cut to later that night. The
Wait,
sun
what
has
is the
set.
title of the book we discussed this?
Oh yeah, what book are you guys all reading that you
Amanda Delacourt and
The nighttime delivery.
incredible.
All right.
yeah.
Murder of a Pizza Man.
Oh no.
It's got like
dramatic.
it's like a little subtitle that says is that sauce or blood? Uh, uh and yeah, and you guys can meet up down at the docks at Brindle Bait. Just like Brindle Books, but this is Brindle Bait. People in tourist towns like this, they want to keep it straightforward as possible for the tourism guides. And if your thing starts with B, it's going to be real up near the top. So, but you can all arrive at the bait shop. You see, yeah. Actually, as together, I'm gonna have you all kind of. What does this bait shop look like? I described it as wooden slats and unsightly. Whoever wants to take it away, and others can add on.
I think they're just. Oh, Kanisha, you go.
You're
You might be
muted.
muted.
Okay, you go first.
Okay. I think there are lots of big metal tubs in, ice fixtures. There's like wooden crates full of ice and then these big metal tubs in them that are just like they're not as full as you think they should be of different types of like creepy crawlies.
Crawlies.
And yeah. Small fish in some of them.
Yeah.
It's gross. Those take up a lot of the floor space.
Yeah, and I will say it is definitely like the door is closed and the lights are off inside.
Oh, we're talking outside. All
Yeah.
right.
I mean,
Those are
you can look
inside.
in through a window and see this for sure, but for reference, you're not inside yet.
I think the inside is kind of illuminated by one of those fridges, like those glass front fridges, that has like cold worms
Yeah.
in it. And it was probably like inherited from like a diner or like a snack shop. And it has somebody else's branding on the side of it.
I think there's definitely a door that's like really obviously to an office that also he probably has slept in a lot. Like I feel like it's clear that it smells like it has man cave energy.
I was
Right.
just gonna say it's like very weather worn on the outside and blue with like a red uh, top. And I think it has like a porch that's kind of like falling apart. Definitely like kind of annoying to maybe the primness of Misty's neighboring shop.
Yeah, you see Misty has this nice, very like cute shop with like very smooth sides and
Like scalloped awning, like
yeah, that kind of vibe.
Yeah.
Right next door.
yeah, I
Incredible.
think this one maybe also the canvas of the awning that used to be there is like like ripped and tattered
Oh,
and kind of and like falling off the frame.
for sure. Definitely very faded. All of it's so faded. Um, and great. So yeah, that is the Brindle Bait shop. You guys are all kind of outside it. It is nighttime. There are street lights down the dock, down the road next to the dock. The dock is dark. It's kind of eerie to look out onto the ocean in the middle of the night like this. It's just this void beyond. Um, and yeah, there doesn't seem to be a lot of people around, but there is the cafe I mentioned is not too far away from here. It does have a karaoke night on Tuesdays, so you can hear people kind of singing in the distance badly. You can hear music of some kind. It's a block or two down the way, so you're not like right outside it, but there's still a little bit of life to the town at this hour. But what do you do? What are you up to?
I want to break in.
But let's try the door first.
Go try the front door. It does appear to be locked.
All right, Phyl.
You want to break in the front or the back?
We can break in now. I just thought if it was open, it may, he may be left in a rush.
Let's try it. Let's try the back door, see if that's locked too, and then break in the back. Because if there are people on the street, I don't want them to see us right at the front gate.
Yeah, you roll around. There is a back door that does face the ocean. Um,
Like goes
so
into the office or something.
My
maybe?
mom says we should try the windows.
Do that
try one.
next.
But yeah, you run around to the back door. The back door is also locked. It actually has a padlock on it.
Okay.
Like it doesn't have
Drama.
you can tell the door handle that's on it doesn't have a lock in it.
Oh.
Like someone's put a door like a lock on it from the outside.
Can I try to pick it?
From the outside. It's not very fire safe.
Yeah, you can if you would like.
How do I do that?
You would roll. This is going to be a night move because it's night now. Basically, night moves for our fans at home are same as day moves. They're just worst things can happen at night. The night is dangerous and scary, and the void is just behind you. Um, you can roll. Well, yeah. Well, what do you think? How do you think Phyl picks locks?
I think I think that she has like a pocket, like her jacket has several pockets, right? And I think her pocket has a bunch of like grazzle in it, and some of the grazzle is bobby pins, and she finds a little bobby pin and tries to. She's picked one lock successfully before.
I don't know what grazzle is. What is grazzle?
Grazzle is like rolled up straw wrappers and like just all the shit where you're like, I can't throw this on the ground and I don't see a trash can, so it's going in my pocket and I'll throw it out later. And then you never throw it out. It's just still in your pocket. It really refers to when you're moving and you get all the stuff that you care about packed up, and then there's all the shit that you don't care about, like the packet drawer and the old birthday candles. That's the grazzle.
Gotcha. Yeah, then you're gonna roll. I think that sounds like, I guess, reason, maybe?
That seems right. Ooh, 11.
Ooh, nice. Great. So, you you pull out like some paper and like a birthday candle. And it's the birthday candle that does it. It's one of those little
Ooh.
candles. You can kind of like scrape it down a little bit with like your fingernail maybe, or like a pocket knife you have to make it like a little point. And so you see, it's a pretty easy lock. It's definitely like he bought this at the bottom shelf of like a Walgreens or something equivalent, where like this was like a $4 or $5 lock maybe. And you pop it in there. Opens up. I'm gonna say the next similar like lock picking check or something that you make total, as long as we play, you're gonna have advantage.
It's just a skill Phyl has. Incredible.
I learned that from that woman in Nevada, for sure.
Incredible. Yeah, and you open up this door into a dark room. You open it, it's like, it creaks open. It is definitely not properly sealed around it. It looks like this is a door that maybe he installed himself at some point. And you see, yeah, it is a storage room of some kind, and then there's another door beyond it.
I have a question mechanically.
Yeah.
Do you think that me picking the lock would be showing someone that I've still got it?
Quite
Or no?
possibly.
Okay, just wondering.
Molly's
well,
impressed.
I know showing my friends is like a little bit different than showing like Rob.
Yeah, no, definitely. And we'll discuss all those at this little end. As you guys enter this dark room, I'm actually gonna say we should take a little bio break, a little
Girl Scout cookie break.
Little Girl Scout cookie break, a mid episode, just a
A
7-minute ad
commercial
break. So we can go hit the bathroom before we kind of explore this shop and then theorize.
Da, da, da.
Ooh, all right. You heard the man. We'll see you in 5 to 7 minutes. And in the meantime, take a perusal through that campaign. See if there's anything you wanna reward yourself with tonight. We'll see you in a few. Bye.
well as we go into this creepy bait shop. As you guys enter this storage room, it's very dark in here. You can see you can tell there's a door beyond because you can see a little bit of like light around the rim of the door from that fridge that's got that like bluish glow that just kind of lightly lights the bait shop at night. But yeah, you can continue forward. What's the move? Who goes in? Who goes first? What do you do?
Oh, I'm going in for sure.
Well,
Oh yeah.
I think we should check to make sure that no one's inside. I think a sweep, a broad sweep could be good. A perimeter check.
Walk in, fan out. Everybody, pretend we have memory issues and we're lost if they find us.
Oh, good one.
Works like a charm.
Oh, I love this. You all head into the shop. Are you gonna go straight through this little storage room right into the main shop, or are you spreading out inside of the storage room? The storage room's not that large. It's probably only like 15 by 20.
I mean, I think I think Molly's headed in, like looking around, but fumbling to try to get the flashlight on her phone to work, and then ultimately giving up and reaching into the bottom of her bag and pulling out an actual flashlight.
Great.
Yeah, I'll check out this entryway area, the storage room. Entryway. She calls it the entryway.
Great. I'm gonna say, since you mentioned the fanning out and flashlight, Molly, I'm gonna have you make me a night move.
Night move.
Okay. I'm scared.
Because you're sneaking.
Okay. Gotta pick the right dice. Okay. Okay. What quality is this?
I will. Well, yeah. What do you? So you're
You
kind
say
of sneaking into this
composure?
room. I think that would be a great choice.
Okay, well that's a 7.
A 7. You all sneak into into this place. Kind of moving through. You turn on your flashlight to kind of peek around. You feel like you can get into this pretty easily. You don't feel like anyone has seen you, but you do when you kind of move as you're checking around this doorway from this little storage room to the main part of the shop. Hi, Al. You hear behind you a late night boat is coming into the dock. Doesn't seem like they have like seen or said anything yet, but you can hear the boat pulling in, and people are like, "Hey, you gonna jump off? We gotta tie off here." That someone was like, "Oh, thank you for the tour. It was fun to go out at night." Stuff like that. Just a couple people beyond that could possibly see you if they keep going.
I turn off the flashlight. Tell everyone. I like move everyone back into that little office and shut the door.
Right. You close the door behind you. With your 7, you can do it pretty well. It makes a little bit of a bang when you close the door, but not loud.
Oh my god,
loud.
I think it's in that moment that my phone flashlight finally comes on, and then I like try to turn it off and then just shove it into the bottom of my bag.
Yeah, I mean, they don't think they've seen you, but
I also just want to say that I picked the lock and took the padlock with us. So
Great.
It's not on the outside of the door.
not hanging loose. Yeah.
I don't want to get locked in.
Yeah.
Oh my god, that would be so scary.
You're always thinking, Phyl. 12 steps ahead of God.
The Lord thinks he's fast, but I work faster. Is there a Diet Coke in here?
Is there a little mini fridge?
As this little like storage room, not so much. But if you look around the storage room, it really is just like you see there is a rack of like fishing poles, just like so many hooks and things as you kind of look through this little room. Pretty much everything but the actual live bait is in here because the bait doesn't really store well. You gotta sell it before it dies, so but there's like a fake bait in here as well. And it does do we know the smell of like the fake worms?
Yeah.
Those like black and purple worms.
Yeah.
It's just that's the dominating smell in this room, as there is just like bags on
what
them.
the fuck are you talking about?
It's a very distinct smell, and anyone who's opened a bag of those remembers it for the rest of their lives.
Fake worm.
Owl.
Yeah.
Huh.
They're usually like black and purple. They're long. And that's kind of in this room. Do we want to move forward into the main room? The main shop?
Yeah, I thought I shuffled everybody into his little office to hide from the windows.
Gotcha. Well, all right.
You can have shuffled us back. That's fine. I can have shuffled the opposite direction. I
imagined you said office, but I was thinking you meant into the storage room that you were going into. But you open up the main shop. Yeah, there is a little counter with not even a cash register, just a like one of those calculators
Boxes.
that's posts the number towards them. You can see everything in here. Nothing in here has a barcode. Everything is just like a sticker on it, or just written with a Sharpie right on the thing how much it costs. You do find behind the counter is the mini fridge you were looking for, along with like just 3 cases of various sodas, a lot of Mountain Dew, a lot of Diet Coke. There is some Diet Coke in there, but it's not in the mini fridge. There's some warm Diet Coke in an unopened box because it's diet.
Yeah. I'll have a Diet Coke from the warm box.
You open up the box and take a Diet
Careful
Coke.
not to touch anything.
You could have said that before I opened the box.
Well, I just mean if you're gonna take the Diet Coke, like treat it like you're camping, where you pack everything out and you don't, right?
I'm not gonna pack this whole 12-pack out.
No. I just
So
mean
maybe
the can,
Brian had a.
Don't touch anything else, so that it's not like this Diet Coke can has fingerprints or something. I don't know. I suspect they'll be here at some point.
Yes.
Maybe they already came. How fast do murder investigations move?
I don't know about that, but I would like to look in the till or like the ledgers if there's any sort of like. I don't know if that's in the office or out here.
Yeah, you look around. It doesn't seem to be out in the main shop proper, but you can go into the office if you like. The office isn't locked.
I'd like to find the books.
Yeah.
Is he cooking them?
Phyl, you're gonna go into his office. I know Molly said she wanted to as well. What are Bea and Gerri up to?
Okay, I'm trying to think of the best thing that I could look for here. Are there any is there like a tool area?
Yeah, I mean there are some tools, not like a lot. It's mostly like there's definitely a bunch of needle nose pliers. There are there's like these plastic things that are hook removers, stuff like that. But not like power tool section.
Okay, what about like a section where Brian would have kept like his own personal tools, if this is a place where he like lives and it's also kind of a
for that I'm gonna have you make a medal roll me a metal roll on
Okay.
his personal stuff amongst the places. There's a lot of stuff in this smaller shop. It's pretty filled to the gills, as you might say.
Okay, what ability do we think this is?
It probably reason
Okay.
that I would choose.
Alright. Oh my lord. Okay. 8?
8. As you're looking around for things that might be like his personal gear, you come across it seems like his personal fishing stuff is most of it's probably in his office, right, where your friends are going to go. But what you find is a bucket hat that's like hanging on a hook on a wall, in between some shelves. And as you pull it off, and you look at it, and it says, it's first it's got 3 hooks hooked into it. It just says it's like a green hat with just written on it and stitched in Parker family Christmas party.
Ooh. Interesting. What the fuck?
And that's a clue.
That's a clue. All right. I'm going to, with a pair of I'm going to put on a pair of fisherman's gloves if there's a pair of those.
Yeah, their gloves are around for sure.
For sale. I'm gonna put them on and I'm gonna pick up the hat so that my fingerprints don't get on the hat because now I'm aware.
It's well worn. You can tell it's a little faded. He definitely will wear this hat quite a bit. He was, from looking at his body, he was starting to bald a little bit, and he definitely needed to protect his scalp from the sun, so he wore this quite a lot. Even has you can tell where he always puts it on, where his fingers always are, how often he wears it. And yeah, you have this hat.
And what was Brian's last name again?
Spencer.
Spencer. Okay, so it wasn't Brian Parker. All right.
No, Kale Parker.
Yes, it's Kale Parker. Yes.
Yeah.
I know. I just didn't know if it was and he was her uncle.
Got it.
Was he ever with anyone?
What'd you say? Sorry?
Was he ever with anyone? Was he ever married or anything?
You're not. I would say, yeah, you're not super sure. None of you were very close with Brian. He wasn't he's kind of a smelly man, It's if he did, there's nothing against that, but he wasn't
All right.
He's not really sought after, I would feel like, in this town, this touristy town, It's all glam and he's not glam.
How old is Kale? Kale's in college. How old was Brian?
Kale's 22. Brian is in his late 40s.
Okay.
So it's more likely that Brian has some kind of connection to one of the adults, or the older adults.
Kale would be so offended if she heard you call her.
I know, and I told her just earlier today that she was a great young woman. Oh my goodness. Okay, I'm gonna hold this up across the shop to Gerri, and I'm gonna be like, do you see this? I'm on the other side of the room still. Parker family Christmas party.
There is a little Christmas tree on it too.
Why would he be there? All right, I'm gonna put the hat back.
Cool.
on the hook. Not before I take out my cell phone and take a picture of it. I've learned.
You've watched Molly do that enough times.
Molly's like walking around taking photos, but doing that thing where it's like, oh, Bea, pose with the hat.
Oh God.
No, I'm not putting it on. I'm
You're
like
like
standing
holding
next
it
to
out.
it.
This is the most incriminating choice we've made yet.
I develop all my photos privately.
Mm.
They're not even on the cloud.
Oh, this one is. Actually, maybe you should take the picture. I'll delete mine. Don't want Clotilde and the Bebe stumbling across that.
Incredible. So yeah, Molly and Phyl were going to the office. Is there anything Gerri was trying to do?
Okay, I think Gerri, is the big bucket of fake worms, is it back in the storage room? Am I remembering
It
that
is.
correctly? Is it slightly ajar? Does it have a lid at all?
Yeah, it has a lid. It's like there are a lot of bags of them, and then there's like a 5-gallon bucket.
Okay. I think Gerri is just being moved by some further powers. In fact, maybe it's possession, but she gently takes a loose rag, kind of slides the lid off the bucket, and just plunges her hand right in. I think her thought process is like, I feel like it's a decent enough place to hide something, it's pretty gross.
Yeah.
And they don't die. So, you always, so her hand's just fishing around in there, trying to see if there's anything baggied or lurking around. I
Yeah.
think her dream spooked her.
Yeah, it is very reminiscent of that. Because of why you're doing this, I don't think we're quite at an occult move yet, but because you're not like actively trying to do any kind of like magic or anything. I'm gonna call this a night move. Yeah, but you can add your sensitivity if you want. It isn't quite how the mechanic's supposed to work, but I don't believe in rails.
Well, okay, I'm rolling now. And I think, wait, let me check how much sensitivity I have because it's all over the place. Okay. I think she has one. I'm rolling out. Okay. Oh no. I got a 3.
3. What was, Jerry's feeling kind of possessed by this feeling. What is Gerri the most afraid could happen from shoving her hand into this thing that kind of called her attention?
Maybe just that. Maybe just that something tugs back. But that could be the scariest thing.
Yeah. Gerri, you reach down and you hit the bottom of this jar of like slimy, like just the smell coming off them is so pungent. You hit the bottom and you swear the bottom pushes back. And I'm gonna give you a condition of rattled. So you will take a -1 to reason rolls until you take a cozy time. Because that dream has really, really got you shook, and there's no way that the bottom of this thing just pushed back at you. And also, it kind of felt like maybe the worms were starting to like tighten around your arm. You rip your hand out, and it's so something. You're shook.
Okay.
Yeah. Great. So as Jerry's elbow deep in fake worms, Molly and Phyl are going into the office. You enter the office. You can tell there's like a large couch in here that is well worn. There's actually parts of where the stuffing is showing. It's like one of those old couches with that's like itchy, like brown and itchy. But it's got like a blanket over it. As you said earlier, there's a pillow. It's not like a couch pillow; it's a bed pillow. um, there are stacks of papers in here. There are stacks of takeout boxes in here, pizza boxes and things. A desk and an old like tiny TV and an old like a Windows 95 style computer.
Okay.
Do you think Phyl or Molly is more likely to try the computer?
I think it could go either way.
Yeah.
I think Phil's not necessarily like Phyl has a granddaughter who spends all her time online. So presumably Phyl has like used a computer before and it's not like a foreign object, but I feel like Molly is more savvy.
Okay, Molly will sit down in front of the computer while Phyl starts to move through the office, I think then.
Great. Might have you both metal.
Okay.
What skill is this?
For computers.
Composure? Oh, for me, not reason
Yeah.
for computers.
Yeah, reason for computers. I think they're both reason, actually.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's all the same for me, so.
8.
Also 8.
Ooh.
Okay.
Also,
Okay.
before you tell us what happens, thank you so much to whoever donated $250. I just want to say
What?
out loud that we are over our $500 goal, and that means that this cast is going to do TED Talk style. So submit things that you want to hear us talk about, and we'll put them out to vote on.
And we're only $80 away from Claire playing Fortnite, and me and Katy are gonna also play, and anyone else is welcome.
I've never played in my life, neither has Claire.
No, I'm.
And I am
scared.
level
I'm not the main event.
77.
I'm scared.
I'll probably play before we play on this
I will
stream where
not.
Claire plays.
I will not play before. But we'll find
Katy,
out.
duos with me.
I will not tonight, but
Well, not tonight. Just like
So yes, I just wanted to say out loud, thank you so much to
Yeah.
whoever donated $250. It's incredible. Thank you. Okay, tell us what happens with our double eights.
I also want to say that's incredible. I missed it. I've been focused on the game.
Stay focused. Stay focused.
But Molly, I'm gonna go to you first. You open this computer, you power it on. It has a fan that makes it like a little bit of a whining noise as it goes. You can see the dust coming off of the back of it. It takes a moment to start up, but you see a couple windows of things are open as you look through.
And make the font as big as possible.
The little magnifier app on the computer goes up, and you can see, he has 2 tabs of Internet Explorer open, and a an Outlook email open. Where does Molly go first?
Email.
Well,
Molly probably goes to the internet first because she knows what that is. I don't know that she ever worked in an Outlook environment,
Yeah.
Claire goes for the emails first.
Molly, you look through, you can see there is one of the tabs is properties for sale. A couple of them are in Brindlewood Bay. Just other people who are selling their B&Es, not B&Es, B&Bs.
B&E is what we're doing.
Yeah, you guys are doing B&E. Um, and the other one is like a Grubhub situation.
Nice.
See, he definitely gets Chinese a lot. And you can smell, now that you do see it, you can smell
That's what that
the fried
is.
that fried crab rangoon smell that's lingers. You also, and you open up his emails, you see got a lot of unopened emails, a lot of spam, a lot of vendors, who are trying to sell phishing stuff here. But you have a thought, and you go to the sent emails, because that'll help you fish through all of the spam and see what is sent. It's mostly just like, yes, I would like your product, blah 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 blah. But one does catch your eye, because the receiver is one Ellie Klossman.
The busybody.
Mm-hmm.
What does it say?
You look at it. It says it's just a short email from him. There is no, like, she didn't send something to him beforehand. At least that's a part of this thread, at least. And it just says, I won't be coming by again.
Does Ellie own property in the area?
She does. She does own a bed and breakfast.
Does
That is a clue.
does Molly have Ellie's phone number?
Well, Ellie definitely has been around. She does kind of like, when she's not actively at her business, she's just walking around town talking to people. So if you think Molly would have asked for her phone number at any point, then
I'm
yes.
sure at some point. I think maybe not right now because we're doing a breaking and entering, but I think Molly makes a mental note to like give Ellie a call to come around for tea with the girls, to get
Put
into it about what they saw, to check in about how she's holding up.
Put a reminder in your phone.
Yeah, that's what she does.
In her written day planner. Yeah.
She takes a photo of the screen.
Nice. And then Phyl, you're looking, and you're looking through, all these papers and things, and piles of junk. You find something that you're not expecting when you're looking through the papers. You actually almost knock down a stack of papers looking through. They're very precarious, and you kind of bump into the wall when you do so, and you realize there's like a pegboard on the wall. And bring a light up to it. You can see there's several sets of keys on this pegboard. There are like keychains, even a lot of keychains from like different cities. Like, this is where he keeps his travel stuff. And you see there is a pair of dog tags hanging from here as well. I'll say a pair. It's actually just one dog tag. It seems the other is missing from this. You look at the name does say Brian Spencer. But yeah, that's where you find a single dog tag.
Oh, you might be muted.
Got it. I definitely was muted.
We got you in the captions though, so that's neat.
Is that considered a clue?
It is.
Does he do a lot of traveling?
From what you know, I mean this is the bait shop, right? And so during the winter, there's not as much sales,
Mm-hmm.
so he might take his winters off.
Okay.
He does live a pretty minimalist lifestyle, as far as you can tell. Um, so it's he's if he wants to go somewhere, it's like he's got a lot to pack up or take care of.
Yeah. And did we know that he was like in the army or like any sort of like
Um, you aren't sure. I'll
Okay.
say you haven't heard that from anybody. But you know, yeah, you don't. The people don't talk about honestly. There's not like a military presence in Brindlewood Bay. You know that I would say
Right.
the school probably doesn't even have ROTC here.
Thank God.
I was like, good, because in my world they don't. Uh, but yeah, and so you see that. You don't know if he knows. It's weird that there's only one.
Usually it's 2.
Yeah,
So maybe he gave the other dog tag to somebody else.
maybe.
Like a trinket. That's the second time I've used the word trinket tonight. That feels kind of out of left field, if you will,
Like
but
a soulmate.
do I find any sort of ledgers or anything back here?
I mean, there are ledgers. There are a lot of ledgers. With your 8, yeah, you look through them all. And yeah, there doesn't. It's
I'm
you know
mostly
there.
curious. Here's what I'm mostly curious about,
Mhm,
and I know I only got an 8.
yeah,
I want to know where his stock is coming from. Is he placing orders?
you look. He places orders. Um,
So are Rob's
oh,
allegations unfounded?
um, with that information, I will say it seems like he does put in a lot of orders, but you're not sure because listen, like he can't find even if he's like going out to pick bugs, right? A normal pack you find out like a normal pack of like grubs, right? It's like 30 grubs or whatever in a pack. So, and if he was gonna go digging, he probably would only find 100, like three. So you definitely like maybe he's lowering his cost a little bit, but it's not a lot if he's doing that.
My takeaway from that is that he's not very bright and he should value his labor more highly. Anyway.
Right. Yeah, you find those things. Uh you with those rolls. Both of you are in this room and you hear a knocking at the back door. The others two are in the shop, can't quite hear it. You realize the back this office is right next to the storage room, and the back
Mhm.
door is out the storage room. You can hear someone knocking at that back door.
I stock still.
Did you hear that? Is it? Do, it's unlocked. I know that.
Uh, somebody goes, is everything all right?
Is it a
Oh shit.
familiar voice?
I'm hiding.
It's I would say maybe. Um, I will say probably. Who do you think either of you or any of you? I think the voice everybody hears. Um, anybody like go on boats? Anyone frequent the boating of Brindlewood Bay? You could go
I
fishing or
definitely
just a
do
tour
not.
around the shore. Those tours where they go up the shore and they point out all the mansions, those kind of
Oh,
things
I
happen
suppose
here.
Molly would go on a tour to take photos. Like, will I don't think she's like a frequenter, but she's probably been on one or two for that reason.
Um, yeah, you think this is probably a tour guide. Um, his name is Matt Wilkins. He's a you know him. He's in his late 20s. Has a boat. It's not like a nice boat. It's like a pontoon, but it's got some like good couple seats on it. It's not a big fancy tour boat. It's just a hey, I'll do this. I'll take you on a tour and talk. But um, but yeah, he says that. Everybody stay still. Everybody stay quiet.
Yeah.
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 Goes. Oh, you kind of hear like barely through the walls him saying something. I guess Brian forgot to lock the back door. I'll text him. Um, and footsteps away.
That's what I was hoping he would think.
All right. Whew.
Does he work here?
Sir, from what it doesn't seem like his business is his boat.
Okay.
But besides
Is
regular
he
tours,
coming in the back door? Like,
people
why was he
do.
in that alley?
Well, the back door
It's
I
out to
said
the
faces
dock.
goes out to the dock. So he was walking from down the dock and saw that the back door was open.
Okay.
Um,
Spatial reasoning
uh,
is not my strong suit.
but yeah, and anything else you want to do in Brian's bait shop before you sneak out of there? Right. You guys head out of the bait shop. Now you make sure you don't hear anybody else around. Sneak out that back door again. Do you lock it behind you?
No.
I think we can't.
We
Yeah,
can't because the
Oh, because
person saw
then
that it was
he'll
unlocked.
know.
We can't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Someone
Yeah, it's just
clocked it.
good, clever.
That's so
What should we do
smart.
with the lock?
Leave it exactly
just-
where it was, right?
No. I'll take it with me.
Oh, you took it
We'll
with.
get rid
I
of
forgot.
it. Yeah. We'll get rid of it.
Great. And then you leave the bait shop with a couple more clues and some details. Where do you go to discuss?
We we can go to my place. I think
Alright.
Aurora's probably wearing her headphones, so
Great. You all pack up and head over to Phil's. You open the door and you go, just hear from like upstairs, fucking hackers.
Yep. Classic welcome home. I think I have kind of like a parlor room at the front that we can go sit in.
Great. And you sit down, you be able to put all these clues out before you, and
There's a big low like coffee table that's huge that we can like lay stuff out on like a conspiracy board kind of.
and you can try to put together the pieces. For a reminder, the clues that you have, there's the extra set of keys. There was the shovel. There was the books. There was the email, the dog tags, the hat. And I think that was all of them.
That's what I have as well.
That's 5 clues.
That's 6 clues, right?
6 clues. Yes, math is something I tell people I'm good at.
Okay. I think he gave his dog tags to someone named Patty And Patty took inspiration from Amanda Delacourt and The Great Fall and pushed him off the waterfall. And then returned the book. And I think it was Patty Parker.
Oh, is
Patty
there?
Parker. Patty Parker. Do I know a Patty Parker?
You think about it, you know,
Or a Patricia Parker? Patrice?
you know,
Patrick?
Kale's, actually think about it. You're like, Kale's mom goes by Trixie, which could be short for Patrice.
Oh, Trixie. Oh.
You got to start with a crackpot theory to get anywhere.
Yeah, there we go. I think it's definitely her. That would explain the hat.
Maybe Patty was staying at Ellie Klossman's Airbnb, B&B. And so then he writes to Ellie Klossman and is like, I won't be coming by again because Patty was moving away or leaving. Because that's Kale's back for the summer, but we don't know if her folks are around, right?
Well,
yeah.
If she's staying at the Airbnb, the regular B&B, why
would she be staying at the B&B?
Maybe her and her spouse are having trouble.
Yeah, and she was cheating on him with Bri.
But then what was he digging up?
Infidelity's a real bitch. What?
What was he digging up?
Crickets. I'm still stuck on this crickets thing. Sorry to be a one-track mind.
Maybe
I learned about it from Animal Crossing.
Crickets.
Aurora plays that a little bit. There's crickets underground.
What?
The Animal Crossing?
Oh, I've not heard of that one.
There's crickets underground.
Did
that must be what he was digging for.
Could be.
If you say it.
I forgot to look for crickets in the bait shop.
There are crickets.
Are there mole crickets?
There's a container that says crickets on it. Maybe.
Okay, cool. Does it look like one of those like takeout containers that you get miso soup in?
It really does, actually. There's like a bunch of them in sawdust. Is how they store those.
Cool. I suppose he doesn't necessarily need to have been looking to buy. He might have been looking to sell. Maybe he was looking at property values.
Maybe he was trying to get a house for him and Patty together. Patty said, I'm not leaving my husband for you. And then he wrote to Ellie Klossman saying, I'm not coming over ever again because I'm not having any more cavorting with this married woman.
Why is he telling Ellie this?
Because maybe they had some kind of, arrangement. Maybe he knows something about her.
Is she the one that was really awkward about him?
She was. She so was. You are so right.
I think maybe the Patty situation aside for a moment, we look at Ellie.
Yeah. I was suspicious of her too.
Was Ellie previously a Parker? Ellie Klossman, nay Parker?
You think about them, they are neighbors.
Oh, so you know what? It could be like maybe if they had a thing, and it's the kind of thing where the neighbor invites the other neighbor to the Christmas. If they don't, some neighbors are friends.
Like a block party.
Oh, so she got the hat from the Christmas party, but it was sort of a red herring that it was a Parker family, and instead it was just that she had the hat.
Because if they're neighbors,
oh my God,
when you
and
go to the
she
family
gave him
reunion,
the hat and he gave her the dog tag.
Yeah. But then where does Patty come in with the books?
Oh. Maybe Ellie's trying to frame Patty. Trixie. Freudian slip, perhaps.
Right, because why would Trixie call herself Patty?
Well, the books had some suspicious overlap with the murder that took place.
Well, that's what I'm saying. If Ellie was trying to frame her, she called her by the wrong name. If she was just being dumb and returning the books, wouldn't you use a name so far from your own instead of the same name as yours? Would you put... I certainly wouldn't put Marlene instead of Molly.
Wait, I think I'm getting my wires crossed here. You think that Ellie returned the books in Patty's name, or that
Yeah.
that Trixie returned the books in Patty's name?
I think that Ellie returned the books.
So it's like she's trying to make it look like Trixie didn't do a good job of picking a fake name.
Oh.
Like, Trixie tried to disguise herself, maybe, but but she wouldn't think of anything good, and I want someone to figure it out.
Or Ellie just calls her Patty. God knows I call people things that are close to their name. If they've been neighbors for a long time, maybe she calls her Patty.
Here are two clues we haven't really addressed yet.
The boat
Shovel
keys.
in the forest and the keys.
Yeah.
What's Doug's last name?
Barrett. I will say you don't necessarily have to use every clue when you formulate. That you can. The more you use, the easier it is to roll. But
How old is Doug again?
Doug is like 19.
Is there a chance that Doug might be like a friend of Parker's?
Tails?
I know, oh my god, Kale's. Yes.
Totally.
Yeah, I mean, Kale is...
And maybe there was some mischief on some boats. Kale did say that her parents are upset that she's been out so much.
Yeah, and
oh my god, if you took a boat to take her on a date.
What if... Otherwise... Well, that doesn't really make sense. Never mind.
And the shovel, were there any identifying marks, any unique features of the shovel, or was it just kind of a normal shovel?
Just a normal upright
pretty
shovel.
normal shovel.
Based on the holes that I saw up top, were those trowel-sized holes or holes that this shovel could have dug?
I'd say they could have been dug by the shovel. Or somebody who's going for it wide with the trowel, but
they were like big holes.
They're big enough that the shovel could have been it. They weren't deep though, you know.
And we didn't come away with any information about cause of death.
He's digging up the crickets to earn extra money. He's selling them on the black market. He's paid Doug off to float them off, whatever, with a boat to borrow, to take the Parker girl on dates.
But why would Doug need a second boat? Like, he already has keys to one boat, but he has keys to a second one.
A nicer boat for a nicer girl, perhaps.
Well, they were different color keys.
2 jet skis, maybe?
Gerri,
what do you think? You can see things further than us.
And I'm rattled.
Oh,
no! I will say, if we twist our crystal ball here for a second, and look at this from a different view, what if, all this animosity about the quality of his shop, could he have been selling a boat or something to get extra money, to either repair or buy a new location to get away from Misty, and then was blackmailed somehow by either Ellie or Patty. That's what I have trouble figuring out. Like, there's some motive to get away, but putting it all together, like, why, why hurt? Who could hurt Brian?
Maybe you're onto something. Maybe he wanted to run off with Ellie or Patty. He needed the extra money to resolve the situation. He's selling crickets. He's selling boats. He's offloading belongings. He's looking up new properties to buy or to sell his own. Maybe he's trying to help Ellie expand the B&B business, selling his own. Though it does seem like maybe she doesn't want to buy or sell to him.
What are we thinking, everybody?
Don't mix personal life with business, I always say.
Oh, extra challenging if they had had a previous romantic relationship. Maybe it was a previous romantic relationship that they had. That would explain the swapping of things. And then fast forward, he kind of has become a loner. He's missing what he had. Selling things off, trying to improve, trying to make a move to buy her place in a sad, bungled spirit of punishment, and then she comes to find out what he's doing. They get into an argument.
It escalates.
He trips in a hole, falls down. Maybe she didn't even do it. Maybe she did it and then didn't tell anyone.
Thinks no one would figure it out.
You think she would return to the scene of a crime that she had committed?
That's
why I'm still inclined by Trixie.
They always say that murder always goes to the crime. You from your Amanda Delacourt books. That is probably as a common trope.
Oh. Okay. I'll buy into the Ellie train. She's trying to frame Patty.
Try to frame Patty. That covers all of our clues except the shovel.
And the keys, right?
The keys if he's selling things off to try to buy her out.
Oh, so he sold the second jet ski to Doug.
I really tried to ask that young man more about it, but he was not interested in speaking to someone like me. It was really a shame.
I do think that there is a chance, unlikely, but non-zero, that he tripped off of the waterfall, holding the shovel after stepping backwards into a pit, tried to use the shovel to break his fall, drove it into the ground, and couldn't get his feet under him. Still.
Oh, so if they got into an altercation and he went right over with the shovel.
Yeah.
Well, I think that we need to invite Ellie to tea tomorrow. And perhaps keep Greg on the line.
Who's Greg?
Sheriff!
Oh, of course. Oh, gosh.
Great.
What do you say, ladies? Have we done it?
I think so.
Great. Everyone goes their separate ways for the night. We smash cut to tea time. It's that's like 11 a.m., right? The next day, you let Ellie know that you'd love to have her for tea, and Ellie is not a person who skips a tea time with the girls. I mean, that is a dish sesh, if anything, and we all know she enjoys a little chat. You so you're gonna call Sheriff Gregory beforehand? Greg.
Yes.
Great. You call. He goes, sheriff department.
Do we need to roll?
You will.
Okay.
I was just gonna set the scene up and then have you
Okay.
roll.
I wasn't sure.
Yeah.
Okay. Molly goes, "Yes, I do believe we're attempting to catch a killer this morning, Greg."
What? I mean, okay. Who? The
Really?
killer.
I really thought she was just gonna call him when it was happening.
Oh,
To be
okay.
very
Well, we
honest
can
with
do
you.
that. We can do that.
Because
You
I
said
don't
you'd
think
keep
this
him on the
old man,
line.
yeah,
So.
I don't think this sheriff is gonna be like, yes, let these old ladies do this sting operation. I think it's more of a like, she
Mhm.
calls him when they start to get into it, you know.
Right.
You
Yeah.
know how
No, that
it's
makes
like, I
sense.
reveal that I've been recording the whole time, sort of
Yeah.
thing.
Great. Fantastic. Um. So, as Ellie comes over for tea time, I'd love it if somebody would roll to theorize. Anybody who wants to can make this roll. You're gonna get a +6 to this roll, um, and I'll let you know. There's a minus as well, equal to the difficulty, which I said was a 6 earlier, but we'll see.
So wait, but how many clues is it? 6, and then
6 clues,
all right, so it's a flat roll. Who wants
more
to
or less.
roll?
Who wants to roll?
Bea.
Bea.
She's got the Parker family hat
Scared.
on.
Yeah,
I'm
true.
scared. Okay.
You got it.
Okay. All right. I'm rolling. I got a 6.
Nice.
Okay, one more.
Um,
Or is that total?
Oh wait, I'm supposed to roll 2?
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
thought I thought I was just supposed to do the flat roll. I rolled a 6 and a 3. 9.
a 9. Great. So you call Ellie over. She goes, "Great, I will bring croissants. It'll be great." Um, she comes over here, knock at your door. You're all already over. Whose house are you inviting her to?
Probably mine.
Molly's home.
Have a little setup just from one
Um,
house down.
rolls
Yeah.
in on Magnus. Um,
Of course.
and yeah, and you hear the knock on the door. You open it up. You see Ellie is there with a big smile on her face. Her body kind of wiggles with excitement, as she's coming to tea time with this like box full of croissants, and she just kind of power walks. She goes, "Oh, thank you for inviting me. I always love to chat with the people, the locals. As one myself. I feel like there's always too many tourists in this town." And she comes in and sits down in the tea room or whatever you guys are
imagine
eating tea.
there's like a kitchen island and a kitchen table sort of situation.
She goes, "So, what's everyone been up to?"
Reading a lot of
but,
Amanda Delacourt.
Oh, yeah, I don't really know much about. Who's that?
Oh, you haven't heard of the Gold Crown Mysteries?
You're really missing out.
I don't read a lot of mystery books. I'm more of I like romance novels.
Oh.
Oh,
Do you have a special someone?
Like a special novel or a special person? What do you
Yes,
mean?
and
Well,
Ellie, tell us everything.
Oh, I mean, I'm married. I have a husband,
Well,
kids.
is he your
so
special someone?
well, I mean, I would hope so.
You never know. Some people are very unhappy, and we like to provide a safe space to discuss such things.
Oh, you guys are very progressive. I would have not expected that of someone.
Oh, I've got a girlfriend in Nevada.
Phil's very progressive.
I guess
Very
that
European.
was a bit expected. But good to know. Good to know. she gives knowing glances to everyone, which is
Uh, I think Molly like busts out the like little snacks and tea and stuff at this time and starts to like play hostess.
yeah, she so far doesn't seem to know that you're onto her. Uh, what do you guys say? What do you call? Yeah, when do you call the cops?
As I think as soon as she seems to be more comfortable, and like we let kind of do the small talk thing for a little bit, but as soon as we start to like drift toward anything that seems like it might lead us into something, that's probably when I call.
Can I look at her key ring?
Yeah. She has I will say, yeah, she brought a purse with her and it's like clipped onto the handle, right?
Does it have a dog tag on it?
It does.
Interesting. Uh Wait, did I fuck it up?
I thought you were talking, so I was trying to do it.
Okay, sorry. That's my brain turning off. Okay. So she has the dog tag on. I think as soon as I think that confirms for Phyl the whole theory. That's enough. Like that's confirmed. I feel like that's exactly the clue that would happen at the end of a Gold Crown mystery where it's like, "Oh, and the dog tag was on the keychain." Like proving that they had a little romance.
Tryst.
So I don't know. Maybe we still like have a little conversation about like, oh, like what have your most notable guests been, or like something like that to try and catch her in something. But I imagine at one point Molly goes to the kitchen to like get something else, maybe, and then calls from the kitchen.
Yeah, and she like dials it and then comes back in so that it's like on.
Right. Yeah, no. She definitely lies when you ask her who's her most. She said David Bowie, but there's no way David Bowie ever came to Brindlewood Bay. If he
did David Bowie kind of look like Brian Spencer?
No. But you've heard her say
I
this.
Keep wanting to
before.
call Brian Spencer Loose Duke, and I apologize to every person.
Same kind of.
That's the energy I'm getting from this.
Yeah,
Man,
it's a similar energy.
Oh God. Okay.
Molly.
But yeah, so you bring that in.
Sort
of.
Yeah,
we hand wave all the car stuff, all the police stuff. But yeah, you set that down. They're on the phone, and you, Sheriff Milkent. I can only call him Greg now because everyone keeps calling him Greg. Does let you know he will send Deputy Bailey over right away. But just
we'll stay on the line, Greg. We're about to catch her in the act. Well, not in the act, after the act, but in words.
Yeah, he definitely is more like sending Bailey to handle the situation, is what he says.
We can handle ourselves, young man.
Because I'll stay on the line.
Thank you.
And yeah, so you bring the phone in, put it on the table. She's like happily munching her croissant.
So, Ellie.
Mm-hmm.
I can't help but notice you have a particularly... Did you see that young man, Doug? He's running around with all these, like, bright neon floaties on his keychain. Is that, like, a new trend? What are people... And she, like, Molly grabs her keychain. Molly grabs for her keychain.
Ah. Yeah, you grab for her keychain. It's, like, attached to her purse. You pull it, and she looks at it, and...
oh, this is beautiful.
Oh, yeah, no... It's okay, and she goes to try to pull it back, a little bit more aggressively than you would have thought she would. And I'm actually gonna have. We're supposed to be done with the rolls, but I'm gonna have you make me a day move. I want you to roll, and that's gonna be with your vitality.
Okay. 6.
6. Um, she goes to pull back, and you're like, you're gently pulling, but you're like holding onto these keys really tight, and she pulls you, and you fall.
Oh,
Kind of hit a shoulder on the table, and that's gonna hurt. It's gonna be bruised for sure. You don't think anything's broken, but you're kind of like, you guys see her not basically knock Molly down, and she stands up. She's like, I'm sorry, I'm sorry. I should go. I should go. Um,
oh,
I
Molly,
just
you left. I think I have like,
yeah, I was gonna say I think you ripped the keys off when you fell. I
and
think
she's
you
like got
Hell
her
yeah.
arm, and she
yeah.
cause Molly, I think the reason why she hit her shoulder is because she like protected her camera,
Oh,
and so she like grabbed the keys and then rolled. I think you have. Oh, did you know these belong to Brian?
what? No. I don't. That's
Did you have
crazy.
a
I don't.
soft spot for him?
No. I don't. I. Okay, listen. Between us, I'm sorry. I know I act kind of weird. He died, but well, Brian and I hooked up at the Parker Christmas party like a couple years ago, and he just. I know. Don't. I was drunk. It was a mistake, but I know Brian wouldn't let it go, and so he kept. He's really and he's really. But I don't know. I just and it's crazy, but don't tell my husband. I don't want to.
Well, between us, it seems like maybe Brian. I've been in there shopping. It seems like he has a couple things of yours as well.
I mean, I mean, it's nothing. He's not. I mean, like I am. Me and him. It's not like. I mean, he like is. I don't know. I. It
Ellie,
could never be a thing.
did he fall?
What?
Did he fall, Ellie? You look shaken and upset.
I. I don't. I know what you're insinuating. But I didn't kill anybody.
I didn't say you did.
It's that moment you hear a knock on your front door.
Oh,
Um,
excuse me.
um, and you open it up, and it's Deputy Bailey. Um, she goes, she walks in. Ellie Klossman, right here I have a warrant for your arrest for the murder of Brian Spencer. She's like, what? No, I didn't. And she clamps her handcuffs on Ellie, and she shuts up in that moment, and gets pulled away, and you have solved a murder on a morning stroll.
Wow.
My God.
What we've
Yay.
learned here is a woman's grace can conceal many crimes, and maybe I'll teach her some etiquette, some gracious tactics so that she doesn't cause suspicion the next time around. Well, if there is a next time around. Hopefully there isn't.
Who knows? But all you know is you think you would have made Amanda Delacourt proud today.
And they say falling in love is easy.
Seems like falling out of it can be deadly.
Seems like
And
he
fade
felt
to
pretty
black.
Oh.
Oh my God.
Great. Great. Now, before we close out for the night, we have to go through our end of session notes here on our character sheets. Now, as we we're just gonna kind of go through and talk about our notes. Did the murder maven solve a mystery? You can all check that. So for that one that you complete, you get to add to your XP track. So you did solve the mystery. And then, yeah, let's start with Molly. Which ones did you pick, and which ones did you succeed in?
I did you share your wisdom with a young person? I tried to with Doug, and I tried to with oh my god. Was it
Yeah.
Clive?
What did
No.
you no? Was
There
it
are a
Kale?
lot of characters. Yeah, probably Kale.
Yeah.
I don't know that it worked. Like, I don't know that she really feels like she did that. I think she just tried to do that. But I do feel like I doted on someone, and the someone that I doted on is Phyl in that moment in the book club when Bea brought cherry tomatoes and Molly pulls out the hostess snacks. I think that is my doting on someone.
Yeah, I think that's good. I think that counts. And I'll say, yeah, if this is a group discussion for what we think counts and what doesn't, so we all have equal say in things. So, um, but great. Well, then definitely
Sharing
for the doting.
wisdom with a young person doesn't necessarily mean they take your advice.
That's true.
That's fair.
You
Okay.
just attempted to. I think that counts.
I feel like that counts.
Phyl would
Yeah.
know, talking to a brick wall like Aurora.
Literally.
Well, then I did it. I did my things.
Yeah, nice. So then, yeah, you will get 3 points on your XP track.
Whoa.
Great. Then, how about Bea?
All right, so I had also checked, did you share your wisdom with a young person? I don't know. I feel like I was trying to when I was trying to distract.
You nailed it with Kale.
Yeah. When I was trying to get on Kale's side today, and then last time when I was trying to teach Clive some fitness tips for mobility.
I forgot about that. That was so fun.
So yeah, I think I definitely did that. And I was definitely trying to do that with Kale as well.
Yeah, I think Kale's is successful. I don't know how successful it was with Clyde.
Yeah, that's okay. That's okay. And then the second one that I had was, did you show someone that you've still got it? So, I don't know. Did I show someone that I've still got it?
Let's see. Who did you talk to?
I was talking to the dogs a lot.
How many dogs was it? I would say managing a large amount of dogs might count as because we're 72 years old. Holding more than one dog on a leash feels like a feat to me.
Also think finding that hat, like this I know gets into the conversation of like, who are you proving that you've still got it to?
Yeah.
But finding that hat was clutch. Was absolutely
True.
like Floothtown McGee.
Yeah, I mean, go for it. Yeah, I think that counts. Sure.
All right, if you guys say so.
Bea is also, it's hard because Bea to me is the definition of just existing, being still got it. Like she's like biking around town and like
yeah.
So it's tough to like pick these moments, but I do think it works.
Okay. All right. So I'm filling in 3 little bubbles on your
XP track, and then keep the ones that you've done marked.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, I see.
So we switch it up.
You can do some of the same ones. I just think it'd be fun to switch it up a little.
Gotcha.
But great. Then we'll do Gerri.
Am I being heard? Okay. I have dote on someone and act like a woman half my age.
Yes.
And so I feel like I doted on Misty in the beginning, especially
Sure.
initially after the death, and then Jerry's always up to something that feels youthful. But I don't know. Maybe when she's talking about like cancel culture, but
That
I
was
don't really
really
know.
funny.
Oh yeah, that was so funny.
Yeah, I forgot that moment, but I think it definitely counts for sure.
Yay.
Yeah, that's a good one.
I also love the idea
Allison.
of like Jerry informing the group of the new words.
Yeah. Yeah.
So you should make
Sir,
Al stop.
you're on camera.
Oh,
His
I didn't
butthole.
even see him. Oh.
He didn't
Uh,
know.
he's embarrassed now. Uh, great, yeah. So I think you get to check both those as well.
Yay.
And then last, Phil.
So I had, did you secretly undermine the authority of a local official? And did you show someone that you've still got it? So my still got it vibe was the lock pick.
Everything
Not
about
sure if
that
that-
lock.
Yeah.
The taking it,
Oh,
bringing it
taking
in,
it with
bringing it
me?
out. Yeah. Everything about that lock was like,
But you still got it.
And then I feel like B&E to get clues before the police get to them is undermining authority, but I don't know if that's cheap.
I think
Oh.
you're undermining the authority was we found a body, I'm gonna go up the hill.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Leaving right
true,
when the
actually.
sheriff
Literally
comes.
being
leaving.
like, I'm gonna go investigate the full crime
That's
scene.
such a good point. Oh my god. That's such a good point.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. It's
I
definitely
like
it.
this. I like that it's a communal thing because we get to remind each other of the cool things that we did. Like, that's my favorite part of games like this is when you get to be like, I liked when you did this thing.
Oh my god, true. I love that because I usually forget.
Same.
Yeah.
I know, things come out of my mouth and they're immediately out of my head.
Wait,
Perfect,
so
well
what
then-
condition did Jerry get? And then I got like bruised. What did I get?
Yeah, so you got battered and
Battered.
Tattered.
and Jerry got rattled.
Rattled.
So rattled is gonna be is a -1 to reason, and battered is a -1 to vitality.
Not my vitality.
Until you like take some time at a cozy space to heal up and
Oh.
relax.
Wow, I can't wait for that.
Great. Well, everyone, that was a Murder on a Morning Stroll, our first mystery with our intrepid murder mavens. Thank you again, everyone who donated as well as just watched. This is a pretty new TTRPG, so it's always good. And it's really fun. It's really cool. So it's always good to get the word out. And yeah, I had fun, and we'll be back to play more.
Yeah, if you enjoyed the game, again, Brindlewood Bay by Jason Cordova is available via Kickstarter right now. They have a ton of really amazing stretch goals that are available. And, I've already backed it. Very exciting stuff. And then we will be back. So next week, Tuesday, will be just a Fire Emblem stream. Next week, Thursday already, is the hula hoop stream. But then probably most importantly, oh yeah, I'll be back on Friday cooking because I need to learn how to make pizza from my chef cousin. And then most importantly, Tuesday, May 31st, the last day of this fundraising campaign, all of you wonderful humans have earned the right to witness us do the next Murder Mavens mystery in cosplay as our Murder Mavens. So we will be coming at you live May 31st, dressed as our Murder Mavens. SOS, and stay on the lookout for TED Talk voting. I think we're gonna do that. I think on the Twitter. I think on the Twitter is where we're gonna do the TED Talk voting. So hop over there at some point in the next couple days, and we'll get those up for people to start voting. All right.
Yeah.
I didn't look at who we can raid. But again, thank you so much for coming. Again, does anybody have anything they want to plug?
Yeah, I'll do what I did last time. Only Dan's. The only D&D game made by Dance for everyone. We just finished our second arc, and we're still scheduling arc 3, but it looks like I am going to be the dungeon master for the third arc. So, just want to see me say so many Dan puns. I have a list.
Oh
Just as
gosh.
many Dan puns as possible. I mean, they're not even puns, just play on words. Hardly any of them are actually puns, but just any word that's got Dan in it.
I'd like to plug getting your COVID vaccine and getting your booster and second booster. Many people are now eligible as of like March for second boosters. So you may have noticed that I've been sneezing and miserable tonight. Don't be like me. Get the fourth shot early.
Incredible. Katy, you got anything to plug?
This week.
All right, Kanisha?
No. You can find me on Twitter as normal, Kanisha K. Will. That's it.
Amazing. Well, again, to all of you, thank you so much. If you want to talk about today's episode, go on over to the Twitch Talks channel on the Discord. And I hope to see you Friday, Tuesday, Thursday, whatever all the days are in the future. And thank you again. All right. We'll see you over on Cats Are Me playing Breath of the Wild. Don't forget to use your raid emotes. Bye.